And now I would like to call upon Mr. Dilip Kumar, Chief Executive Officer of R&K Agro and Chemicals Private Limited, to give opening remarks.
Especially, my welcome goes to Mr. Kandaswamy, Honorable Welfare Minister of Pondicherry, Mr. Jayamurthy, MLA and PPA Chairman, Mr. Kalyamurthy, Chairman 5-Star Group, Mr. Karthikeyan, Clinton Group, and my dear dealer and farmer friends, my colleagues, a warm welcome on behalf of R&K Agro and Chemicals Private Limited. I would not to take much time of you, since a learned gathering is here. I find a lot of senior farmers, technicians who are dealing aqua industry for quite some time. I would like to throw upon 2-3 important points in aqua industry. As all of you know, before 2008 and 9, all over India, we were culturing a species called black tiger prawn, which was traditionally a cultured species in India, and farmers had different experiences with that particular species. But after the introduction of Vannamei variety in India from 2009 onwards in a commercial way, there has been a revolution in the industry. The revolution is so much. Let me tell you some reported figures in Ministry of Exports. 2008 and 9, the prawn export potential of India from India to different countries was 3,400 crores. You will look at last year, 2015, the exports of prawn alone from India to different countries has crossed 40,000 crores. Just imagine a growth of 10 times in the business. No other sector in Indian this thing has achieved so much growth in last 8 to 9 years. This all credit goes to the variety Vannamei. Secondly, most of you are aware, most of the farmers, we produce and sell the product to exporters. 95% of our production, prawn production, is exported. Only 5% is consumed domestically. That means entire prawn industry in India is dependent on international scenario, not in Indian conditions. What should be your prawn price? What is the potential? When you can sell, where you can sell, everything is decided by other countries, not Indians. So entire thing, the game depends on export-import potential, demand-supply gap. So that is the reason farmers must be finding, sometimes the rates will be very good, highly profitable, but sometimes it is not even break even, some farmers make a loss also. So these are the conditions. I am very happy that in his speech, Mr. Kanuswamy, the auditor, he has mentioned a lot of good things. There should be, compared to other feed industries or other sectors, aquaculture in India is not that much organized compared to other sectors. There are efforts from different quarters in different parts of India to make it more organized, and bodies like CAA, SEBA, Fisheries Ministry, Commerce Ministry are coming together along with MPEDA to make it more organized. And you know, India is a huge country. It takes time to make it more organized and get its stability. But nevertheless, we should not leave the hope, because it is a high profit industry, high risk industry also. So only 2-3 things I want to tell friends. So the culture practices what you have to adopt, whether we can go for expansion of culture in India, you all have to keep an eye on international scenario. So let me explain my experience coming 3-4 months of what is happening across the world If you look at internationally, the major prawn producing countries are Thailand, Vietnam, China, Malaysia, Bangladesh, and some Latin American countries. India is one of them. And if you look at the present scenario, because all of you know, because of the EMS, early mortality syndrome problem, there have been losses in Thailand, Vietnam, and other countries. So their acreages have come down drastically. They're not even up to 50% mark now. And the export potential, what was having earlier China, has come down because their domestic consumption has increased. China was exporting 2 lakh metric tons of prawns 3 years back, but this year they are importing 2 lakh tons because their domestic consumption has increased. Looking at all these factors, India makes a stand because India is the only country which can fulfill the gap. There is a huge gap in supply and demand. Demand is more and supply has come down from major producing countries. So world is looking at India because India has a huge coastal base, coastline is there, and hardly we have exploited 5 to 6% of our coast base culture area. Still 90% growth is there in India. So a lot of expansion is possible in this particular sector with the support of government and farmers and the industry. There is huge scope for expansion in this particular industry. So people who are interested in this particular segment can have a long-term plan in investments. And coming to feed, as you are all aware, in prawn culture, the major cost is feed. Almost 50% of the cost of production is feed. So farmers should be very careful in selecting good feed for their culture. Prawn is a very sensitive animal. It is not like poultry or cattle or fish. Prawn is very selective. It requires very, very specific nutrients and enzymes. The feed what is manufactured for black tiger is not suitable for Vannamei because Vannamei requirements are different. Vannamei requirements of enzymes, nutrients are different. So for a good company to give a good feed, it needs lot of technology. Lot of research and development is required and lot of technical collaborations are required who are experts in this particular field. Then only you can make a good feed at a good price. So in this particular aspect, we at RNK have been doing research and development for this particular ducks for the last 3 years. We have done research and development at our factory level, at international labs, own trials we have conducted in-house. Also we have conducted trials across farmers' fields in all the states of India. After experimenting our feed in practical fields in all the states and what are the requirements are required for the any amendments required to the particular soil conditions and water parameters, we have particularly designed this particular feed which is suitable for the local requirements, which can give a full potential nutrition to the animal. So with this perspective, this product is being launched and I wish all the farmers should try it and get more benefits. And from R&D side, we assure good technical service. We have already appointed 100 technicians who are very much qualified in the particular segment. They are deployed in the field. In fact, our Ganesh and our Turkish dealers, they were interested to have a state-of-the-art good laboratory facility in Kadalur. So I assure sir, we have already approved a lab in Kadalur which we can open very shortly, which will give free trials. In that particular laboratory, for all farmers who will use RNK feed, the trials will be free of cost. Thank you.